Hey, boss. Hey, boss.
The Guess What podcast?
Man, I'm
We
just
got
doing
it
what
at
I'm doing.
6,100 followers. This I am Root brand is the umbrella to this and that, as well as First Friday events. And we have I am Root brand, this or that, uh, poetry hype, which the poetry hype, man, guys, I'm so excited about talking. We get a chance to talk about the poetry hype coming up, but then more so, uh, really, Dom, I want to take this opportunity, if it's all right, to really talk about the man behind I Am Root brand and what got you started in that regard. We cool there?
Yeah, absolutely.
Never gets me chillin' with the up or fumbling the rock. I'ma go harder than them. I'ma go harder than them.
I would like to introduce
Shit, Rick. Smooth. Hey, Rick. Play that song.
Nah, I can even hear what you say. I ain't finna do shit. If it ain't about money, bitch, you can miss me with it.
Okay. What's up? What's up, man? To all my people out there, you know what this is. GWP check in. Man, I'm really excited about this one. I got my man Dom with me behind I Am Root brand. Dom, how you doing, sir?
Man, I'm blessed, man. Happy to be alive, doing what I do, man. Thank you for having me.
That's what's up. No, thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for checking in. I know you're a busy man, so I won't hold you too long, but I got a couple of questions for you. First and foremost, man, let's give a proper introduction to this brand. I'm going to maximize it, and we're going to go from there. So I am Root. First off, you see it. He's got over 6,100 followers. This I am Root brand is the umbrella to this and that, as well as First Friday events. And we have I Am Root brand, this or that, uh, poetry hype, which the poetry hype, man, guys, I'm so excited about talking. We get a chance to talk about the poetry hype coming up, but then more so, uh, really, Dom, I want to take this opportunity, if it's all right, to really talk about the man behind I Am Root brand and what got you started in that regard. We cool there?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, bet. So let's get into it. All right, sir. So, first and foremost, for those who don't know, which I don't know how it's hard not to, but for those who don't know, in this area of the Phoenix Valley area, if you could, man, give your formal introduction and background to this creative community, I appreciate that. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, 100%, man. I'm Dom Root, originally from Los Angeles, California. Came here in about 2010 for college, with an entrepreneurial spirit, man. I was a creative. Um, God has blessed me with the gift of bringing people together. And, college just wasn't enough for me. I needed to kind of build community and find creatives and folks that just had a dream and a vision, man. I'm a sucker for success stories. So if somebody got a plan, a vision, an idea, and they want to make it happen, I'm usually that catalyst, that person in their ear, like, yes, you can do it. Yeah, let's figure it out. Let's look online, figure out a venue, and kind of let's make some things happen. I feel like that's just kind of instilled in me from my family. They were very supportive. My story that I love to tell is I thought I was going to the NFL. Got to high school, we lost every game for 4 years straight. You know,
I'm
but
sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
every game,
That was great
varsity,
delivery, man. That was great delivery. But go ahead. I
0
know
and
that built a
40.
lot of character. That built a lot of character.
Absolutely. But beyond that, one thing that was always constant for me was my family. They were always in the stands, cheering as loud as you can after the game. They hyping me up. And you did it, making sure that I felt good about myself and the effort that I put in. And I just kind of took that with me in life, man. It's just like, all right, for sure, I could do whatever. I've failed every year for 4 years straight on this football field. but like they were still there for me. They believed in me. They knew that I had the ability to kind of push forward. And so through I Am Root and through kind of what I'm building, I just do the same thing for artists and entrepreneurs. You know, not everybody's family is as supportive as mine was, and I'm aware of that. So I just try to be that family for folks and let them know, like, I'm rooting for you, and absolutely you can do it if you put that effort in and you know you actually try. So when it comes to Arizona, that's kind of how I got my start. We used to just book some spots and tell creatives to pull up and let's do our thing, and it kind of steamrolled into something a little bigger, you know, so that way we can kind of parse it out into different divisions. I've always had a passion and a knack for storytelling, so that's where you see the interviews and the camera and stuff kind of come into play. And yeah, honestly, man, I just let God work through me, man. Whatever He feels that I need to be doing in this community, I take those steps forward. And yeah, that's just kind of, you know, that's kind of been my introduction.
Boss, that's dope. You said several things that I definitely want to touch on. Uh, first and foremost, you're definitely working in your purpose. You just stated that you let God work through you. Let me be. I know plenty of people said it before, but I definitely experienced that vibe and that energy. I appreciate your efforts, man, and definitely keep grinding and keep going because you definitely stand on what you present, and it's an awesome product and it's awesome quality and it's authentic and genuine. So thank you in that regard.
Absolutely.
The next thing is, man, I love how you tied in now knowing the background, understanding what I am root is. You said it here that you had family rooting for you, even through that adversity of losing those 4 years on the field during high school. And now that's what you wanted to do, understanding that people don't have necessarily the strong support system that you had that foundation built on. I think that's powerful. And now it clicks for me. I am root. You are always rooting for that creative, right? Uh,
Absolutely.
so that's powerful there, man. That's extremely powerful. And I don't want to. You skip over it a lot of times, man. We've had personal conversations, and you skipped over it a couple of times. You even just skipped over it real quick here. But I want to hang my hat on it, and I definitely want to give you opportunity to hang your hat on it. You're first. You are a creative. Outside of being supportive of everyone else and all of your different entities, you are a creative yourself. I've had the opportunity to listen to some of your spoken word and see you in presentation in real time. It was an awesome piece. Uh, Shameless plug to everybody out there. Third Fridays poetry hype at Coronado venue. My man Dom and his people put on a heck of a show. The community is excited about it. We got one coming up. But in saying that, man, you are a creative yourself, a writer, uh, 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 artist all around. I would like you to speak on that, please, sir.
Yeah, 100%, man. And thank you for calling that out. Like, when I think of I am root, man, I literally am the root to a tree, you know, and I'm not the branches, I'm not the fruit. So I'm always in the background typically and just kind of the guy making it happen. And I do a lot of the times, man, forget to kind of acknowledge and promote myself. I'm really good at promoting others, man. But when it
Right.
comes to promoting myself, I just feel a little awkwardness there, man. But yeah, thank you for bringing that up, man. I've been making music since I was about 10 years old, started making beats using Reason and just introverted, man. So I was just like cooking up in my room. And even in high school, I would work on some stuff. And I started a little group. It was called True Blue Stars.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
just young, and we were making growth music. To me, like I needed to make something my grandparents and the people that love me would be proud of. So behind the scenes, yes, I was rapping like Lil Wayne and talking all crazy, but the
Right.
things that we would put on wax or like the things that we would actually go into the studio and record, it'll be a little more positive. You know, I'm
I understand.
just talking about trying to take steps to the next level and things like that. And then I got into poetry as well, but that didn't really work well in the high school locker room, you know. So it was something that I kind of suppressed really because like nobody was really trying to hear that. I was a linebacker, I was a tight end, so I played the
Oh,
aggressive
so you
position.
had the mean mug all the time. If you like
Yeah,
to
yep,
hit, you can't show your soft side. Hey,
yeah,
from a fellow ball player, from a fellow ball player, I get it, man. And I'm right in front of you. I'm a D lineman, so I understand that now the linebacker is supposed to be holding down. You the sergeant and the
yeah.
general of the defense, so
and
So no,
and
you
mind
you
you,
can't be
and
talking
mind you,
about
we
poetry
we
like that.
lost all the games too. So it's like, all right, we losing all these games, and I'm doing poetry. It just wouldn't, it wouldn't work. So,
I
um,
like that.
or at least that's the hyper masculinity that was presented in that
Yes,
situation. But once
yes.
I got to college, you know what I'm saying, and there was other people doing creative things, and I just really allowed my wings to kind of spread. I met a couple of homies, kind of put them on to the arts. So yeah, man, when it comes to making music, that's one of my strong passions. I make beats, I write songs. I have music on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you stream music under Dom Root. To date,
Okay,
I probably have three projects out. My first one was called Mad Million, which
okay.
is kind of like instrumentals, poetry, and music with like grittier industrial kind of textures. My second project, which is my personal favorite, is called Late Night Radio.
Okay.
So Late
Do
Night
you have
Radio,
do you
oh my
have any
bad,
on your page right now?
on my
Do you have
Dom Root. Yeah, yeah.
on the
So
Dom
there
Root
should
page?
be, yeah, Dom Root, OTW Root on Instagram.
Bet. I'm gonna go to it. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, so late night radio was my second project. Super special to me. I kind of ran the whole project like a live radio show. So I came in, you're listening to late night radio with Dom Root, and I'll have different people come in doing some drops for me. I had some DJ kind of scratches and mixes to kind of bring in each individual track. But it's a lot of poetry, a lot of R&B, a lot of instrumental music there as well. And then my third project was called Identity Crisis. So more hip hop, more gritty, and I'm kind of in this like back and forth between like a more aggressive type music and then back and to the R&B style stuff. So yeah, that's where I really enjoy the creative process. Man, I mix, I master it all myself. I make all the beats, I write all the
Really?
songs. Yes, sir.
Oh, so you getting paid every which way. You monetizing every which way.
Absolutely, man. Trying to keep it all in house, man.
That,
Shout
no,
out to
I
Nipsey
get that.
Hussle, man. All money in.
That's what's up. Now, so just because I'm always interested in the arts, I want to hang my hat there a little bit. Are you self-taught? And then when you say mixing and mastering, did you necessarily go to school directly for this, or how does that work? Give me some background there.
Yeah, so coming up, I was self-taught or slash kind of inspired by a family friend. They had a studio. I was just
Okay,
a young kid, so they would let me just go in there and babble on the mic, and then they'll leave, and then I get to just get behind the keys and kind of learn how it all works. I
that's
want to
what's up.
say after my Mad Million project, or just before Mad Million, I was really trying to figure out like what my next step was. I had graduated college, and my objective then was to like figure out like what I wanted to what I needed to do to take my music and stuff to the next level. So I went to
Okay,
MCC. MCC has a great audio production and sound design program.
okay,
So that's actually where I went and got my technical skill for live sound reinforcement as well as mixing and mastering. So there's another
okay,
school out here called the Conservatory Cross. A
okay,
lot of folks go there. It's an amazing institution. I took a tour there, but I had already spent all this money to go to college. I got my degree in English and creative writing as well as philosophy. So I was just like, man, I'm not trying to stack up too much more in terms of loans and stuff. I need to get
right,
in, get the information I need, and get out. So right before I had started at Cross, maybe 2 or 3 days before I started, there was a guy that came through my day job, and he was like, "Man, don't go there, man. Go to MCC." And I'm like, "What? MCC got like a program or whatever?" He's like,
yeah,
"Yeah, take this guy's number, go meet with him, and see if it'll work for what you need." And I took a meeting. They showed me around the facilities, and it wasn't the same as Cross, because Cross you can kind of book the studio and kind of use it when you need. Whereas in this program, I don't have like free range to the studio, but I can
right,
pick my schedule. I can even, the professors are chill. You know what I'm saying? I can communicate with them. It was just like a more natural thing. And because I
okay,
was a lot older than a lot of the high school kids coming into that community college, and I had already went through ASU, had already went through the 4 year university thing, my mind was just locked in on information. I'm not here to
right.
play. I'm not looking at no women. I'm just straight. Give me the information so I could take it back and like make it happen for myself. So yeah, going through that program was great. I would recommend it for anybody that has the ability to do so. I even got a couple jobs out of that from the professors, just being one of the top students. I got a couple
Wow,
jobs in the studio. I worked for a church for a long time doing their live sound. So I got some practical work, just off of those relationships.
man. Thank you for that background, and really thank you for that detailed information, because I'm definitely interested for myself. It's just a passion of mine. One, given the space that I have, I definitely, me personally, I definitely want to look into that, and I can see how it'd be beneficial. And I think that is a prime example of you giving a prime example of how pouring into yourself and building into yourself, how it helps you become even more expansive, one in your creativity and more supportive of others, knowing what you want to do in that regard. So
Yeah,
that sound
absolutely.
big dog. That sound. I appreciate that. And talking about your work as a creative individually, your art. Um, if 10 years from now, 20 years from now, uh, someone discovers your work, catches it on Spotify. What do you hope uh, your words and your presentation uh, gets them through? What do you hope it identifies? How do you hope it becomes impactful for them? What do you hope it relays in a better way?
Yeah, so a lot of the messages that I have in my work is centered around these streams of consciousness. It's not necessarily that I'm like talking about coming from a struggle or although those narratives are kind of through lines in some of my work, but I really just want folks to connect with the grind. Like, when you listen to my stuff, you can connect to the grind, the work that you put in to become a better person, to make the people around you better. And a lot of the times, like, a lot of that stuff is not like slaps. It's not the bops or the stuff that you would hear in the club. It's really kind of thought-provoking work. Although I am trying to get into that space, man, because lately, like, my Spotify rap is full of like West Coast ratchet ghetto just banging music, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And
yeah,
that gets my energy up. And obviously there's a place for that. I'm not opposed to that at all. But I will say, if somebody just like hit shuffle, put all my music into this playlist, and then they hit shuffle, they'll
yeah.
likely land on something that speaks to the grind. It's just like, hey, I've been
Got
out here working, doing my best. I've hit some obstacles, but I'm not done yet type of mentality. And then just looking at that from different positions, from an artistic lens, from a lens as a husband,
yeah.
from a lens as a black man, from a lens of, just somebody just trying to make a difference in the world. So um, for some folks, obviously, I know it's not their cup of tea. They want to turn up, but I think for me, I think something that's super important is just making sure that the stories that I'm telling align with people that are in motion. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Okay,
not if you just sit around talking about what you want to do, then you're probably not gonna connect with the stuff I make. You know what I'm
okay,
saying? I connect with the people that's about action. You know what I'm
okay.
saying? And if you've ever tried to run an event, or if you've ever tried to get something off the ground, if you ever tried to launch a product, you know what I'm saying? Or if you ever
You can
tried to
relate.
yeah, it should be something in there that you definitely connect to, because that's
Gotcha.
my experience. I've been launching products since a kid. I used to sell candy. I used to make stuff, tie-dye shirts,
Where do you think that?
keychains.
Where do you think that comes from? Where do you think that the itch to want to present in that manner? Where does that come from you for you individually?
For me personally, man, it's all a testament to my family. My grandmother, my mom, my auntie, these women were all entrepreneurs. Nobody had a 9 to 5. They had
Yeah,
daycares. They sold cakes. They did hair.
yeah,
Uh, Even the men in my family, they were ticket scalpers. They outside of
yeah.
all the football events, basketball events, selling tickets. Everybody had a hustle. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
And if you didn't have a hustle, if you didn't have a thing about you to go get that money, or to set yourself apart from others, then we were just kind of dead weight. So yeah, just growing up, everybody had something, and I had to find my something. And for the most part, it was candy, man. I was a candy man from middle
Okay.
school through
Said
high
you was Candy
school.
Man, Candy Man, Candy
Yeah,
Man.
on me.
Okay.
Yep, that's how I bought my first car, just slinging candy.
Wait, that's how you bought your first car?
Yeah, 2005 Chevy Impala.
Big dog, wait, hold on. You bullshit me. You bought a vehicle that you could drive on the road with the red, yellow, green lights and all that stuff
Hmm.
off of slinging candy.
Yes, sir.
Boy, you need to holler at Fannie Mae or something, don't you? Like the candy lady. Damn, you was doing it like that. What was your candy of choice? What was you slinging?
Man, a little bit of everything. So well, obviously we had the
You had
chocolate
to be to
bars.
get to
Yeah.
purchase a car.
So like in middle school it was a little different. Everybody wanted like Kool-Aid and gummy worms. I used to put the pickles and now laters inside of pickles. Of course Reese's, Starburst. I used to have them in a Ziploc bag in my backpack. And then once I got to high school and things started to pick up for me, and I actually did get the car. It was over because then I would just have all the stock in my car, and then people would
You
text
said, "Oh,
me.
we on now. Oh, we
Yep,
on."
yep.
So even when you got the vehicle, you knew to reinvest. Hey, we slinging some more candy.
Yeah, and I sold different stuff too. I was Capri Suns, hot Cheetos, different types of
Oh, you was a
chips.
mobile store, big dog.
Yeah,
Nope.
absolutely.
Oh, so after school, nobody had to hit the corner store. They just hitting up down.
Yeah, it was no point of a vending machine. Just hit me and I'll be right around the corner.
Oh, my man, my man. Now, hey, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions in this regard, and I know you can appreciate this. Did you know? Did you know that during that time you was honing in on your skills on how to, one, read the market, two, the importance and how to work supply chain and demand, things of these natures. You know what I'm saying? Like real time economics, right? And you're
Mm.
implementing those real time to now, you know what I'm saying, some odd years later, you're now one I am root brand, poetry hype. You get what I'm saying? You got your other entities and your music. It's just like it was a building process. Were you aware that it was going to take you to this point?
Nope. I just knew that we had to have a hustle. And my mom was one to always let me know, like, we don't give stuff out for free. I charged her for candy, and she was the one that she's the one that invested in. That's how I got my first box of candy, is
You was
her,
charging. Mom taught you. Hey, you even charging me, baby. Don't trip. You charging me too. Hey, that's what's up.
And that's the reality, and it was just like understanding the value of the money that I was making to go back and get more. Because if I gave all my candy away, then that's it. I can't go back to Smart and Final and re-up and get more. So I
Right.
didn't know for sure what it was setting me up for, but she definitely was there to kind of guide and make sure that I had some basic principles about how I was operating.
I was just
And
about to use that word. Hellified life principles that you was learning, man. Just that can work and cross over several different plateaus and multilinearly. Uh, yeah, I can appreciate that story. Thank you for sharing, boss. Thank you for sharing.
absolutely,
Hey, shifting from your creativity and you being a creative and you being an artist and a musician and things of that and working in music, and writing poetry. Uh, where and what was that necessarily shift to you? Was like, you know what? Let me now, like you said, you wanted to be the root and you are that root, and that's how you look at your purpose. Where did that shift? Where did that start at? And then, like, how did you go so hard in the paint? Because let me go ahead and say it, man. One, I definitely support every aspect of your movement, and even in what I'm trying to do in my initiative, in my movement, I have no problem saying I'm definitely trying to mirror and stay in your coattails and coat pockets as much as I can. One, friendly competition. I know you can respect that as a former athlete. Two, in pure admiration for how you move and how you work and the presentation. And then, man, as a true, and I truly mean this, and I don't even know our age disparity, but as in I know I'm much older than you, but as a true mentor, big dog, and just and then how you operating and going through this, hosting your live events, to what you do on your YouTube platform. It's just a lot, man. It's a lot, and I applaud you for how you manage it. On top of that, you're a family man. I do know you said it twice that you're married, so I already know that's the number one priority in your life, right? And how you manage and keep everything appropriate, um, dude. Like I'm
absolutely.
watching, man. I'm definitely watching, and it's impressive, big dog.
Man, I received that. Thank you. And I appreciate it, man. Iron sharpens iron. And I'm just honestly, I'm doing what I feel like the Lord has called me to do. In terms of when it comes to the transition or when things changed for me, is just going once I realized NFL wasn't gonna be it, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, bet. Like, what things do I genuinely care about? Because I know that my family will support whatever I decide to do.
Gotcha.
Going to college, I mean, I knew I wanted to go to college because no one in my family had done that. And that was the mission of mine.
Okay.
But I think when it came time to start a business, my objective was I knew I wanted to do something creative. So I started with like clothing. In downtown LA, they have a big kind of fashion district. So I was able to just go buy a bunch of stuff, man. You ever seen Baby
Yeah.
Boy?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So in 2011, I was pretty much Jody. I was going down there. I bought sundresses. I had Jesus pieces. I
Okay.
had so I transitioned from candy to clothes. Like my
Okay.
transition was candy to
Okay.
clothes. I got
Okay.
sunglasses, Jesus pieces. I had these dresses. I was selling leggings. I would go up to Venice Beach, 5,
Yeah.
4 a.m. with a
Yeah. Yeah.
table, and I'm out
Yeah.
there slinging stuff before I actually left for college, so that I can like have some money in my pocket when I got down there. Even
Right.
when I got to college, I was still selling all of that same stuff. Like the homies
Right.
would wear
What
a lot
school
of
did you go to, man? I don't know if I didn't catch that. If you said it already, I apologize. What
for
school?
college, I went to Arizona State.
Okay. Okay. You went to ASU.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yep.
Cool. Cool.
So once I got here, a lot of the homies that I knew from LA, they would wear Pro Club t-shirts, a little thicker of a cotton, right?
Yeah.
And they would that was super popular back home. But before the club, they were like, man, hey, pull up on me, man. I need some more Pro Clubs. So I was a Pro Club and the hat guy, and that allowed me to kind of get some funds together, just to be
Went
able to
from
buy
candy man
speakers.
to apparel man.
Yeah, literally. So I would drop clothes with thought-provoking messages. So like right now, I got one of our most recent designs, which is root for each other. But back
Okay.
then, we had a shirt that was focused, and we were large on acronyms. So focus stood for like faithfully open to creativity, uplifting, and success. So that was
Okay.
the mission. I always had that positive, message behind it. I was
Yeah.
selling clothes that I bought, just to resell, and then I was trying to squeeze in clothes that was like the Iron Root brand of clothes. I
Yeah.
think at that time we were just going by Iron Root Apparel. But then once I got to ASU and I was really like leaned into my creativity, and I just started to run into other people who was like, man, I couldn't tell my family that I was into creative, stuff. And
Right.
I was like, what? Like my family is not like they don't trip on like me saying that I want to do something creatively. Like, they're
Right.
like, how can I pour into that? So me
Right.
hearing all these stories of people whose families was like turn their nose up, like you want to be an artist, you want to make music, you want to do
Oh,
this,
man.
so for me, I'm like, dog, if you want to do this, like
Let's
you
do it.
ran into the right guy, bro. Because I'll find the venue and we'll get this stuff cracking, and lo and behold, we was able to, kind of do our thing. There's some homies that I had that was DJing, and some other people that did poetry, some people that were in the modeling. So we just formed this little collective, and I'm like, all right, bet. Like, we're gonna find a spot, we're gonna convene, we're gonna invite the community out, and we're gonna
Yeah.
build it from there. We took donations. It wasn't even like, hey, this is what we need to get in. It's just like, yo, come in, donate. People was coming in paying in quarters, just like I just want to get
Right.
into
Right.
this open mic because everybody's young and just trying to figure it out. I would say the trickiest thing for me though in Arizona was just that anything that was playing hip hop music or that had a DJ, the venues just really wasn't about it. They were turning us away left and right. So
What was
one
your first
trend.
venue? Do you remember your first venue, first show that was not even necessarily successful, that just one accepted you and gave you the opportunity?
So what I had to do was use my day job. So my day job is in property management. I'm a property manager currently, but back in that time period, I was a leasing agent.
Okay.
And um thanks to God, and I guess how positive my message was, another property that we had that was under the umbrella of the property of the company I worked for, they had like a theater room. It was like a high rise off of
Oh wow.
Mill in
They
Sixth
allowed
Street.
you to use it like
It's called
clubhouse
West
basically.
Six. Yep. So at that time, I know it's a lot over the place, but I was also into making these like short films. So I had
Okay.
made this short film and I used it to like launch our event. So my first ever event was the Liberate film release. So I had some poets come through, do some poetry. I showed my film. We had some wine, we had some champagne. We were dressed all nice into the tea, popcorn and all that stuff. And then from there, we went over to Macayo's. Macayo's in Tempe. It used to be, it's no longer there, but it had like a little train car setting in the back.
Okay.
And they rented it to me for $127 back in the day. And I was like, man, that's exactly what I can afford. It's like a three, a 3-4 hour event. People can get drinks, people can get food. We were just taking donations, and my objective is like, man, let's get as many people in here that want to do art as
Right.
possible. And let's like
Right.
try to build this up. So, first it was like using my job access and relationships.
Right.
And then we jumped over to Macayo's and then just went crazy from there.
And how did your community uh, uh, begin to build? How did, well, yeah. how were you initially received, and how did you receive? How did you know the motivation needed to keep going?
I just felt it was a void. Like nobody was on what I was on. You know, there were like bigger platforms out here that were doing it that I was like kind of privy to, but I didn't know who ran it or like the ins and outs. Like home
Right.
based poetry was like one of the largest platforms here, and I'm
Okay.
sure I'm leaving out some others. But like when I got here, that was like one of the bigger ones, and they would convene monthly. But I wasn't too familiar because I was a broke college kid in Tempe, and that kind
Okay.
of took place in Phoenix with people slightly older than me. But in that college age range of
Yeah.
folks, like no one was really on what I was on, or at least being willing to like put their bread up and like figure it out. So I think that it was received pretty well. Like most people were like, what, why are these 18-year-olds coming in here dressed like, they like to the T, suits and ties type of stuff. I was
Right.
really because like my crew that I ran with, we also threw parties. So we got like ratchet, they got lit, but like this was like the sophisticated version of that. It's like
Yeah.
we still got the same DJ that's DJing all the night parties that we run, but this is like more poetry, more neo soul. We got art
Different
showing
perspective.
and
No,
stuff like
different look.
that. Yeah. So I think it kind of caught like a wildfire for us for real. And I was just too young, honestly, in my opinion, to like know what to do with that level of attention because it just kind of grew from there. Like we went and found another venue called the Newton down pretty much central Phoenix, and
Okay.
that was really successful for us. And yeah, folks just started to gravitate towards it. It kind of definitely hit like a wildfire for us. And my goal, my objective was just to bring people together. I wasn't as like locked in on the business, and probably and to be transparent, like most non-creatives in that position probably would have went the exploitation route, right? It would have been like,
Right.
oh, y'all need to pay me to get on these shows, or you need to,
Right.
there could have been way more money made if I wasn't as creative because
Okay.
I was also putting these events on, understanding that like someone like me would love this opportunity. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So my objective wasn't to beat the artist over the head and say, hey, you need to pay me to get on. As I continued to grow, my objective was like, how can I shrink my lineup and pay these people for being here? Like
Okay.
this is how I show artists that we rooting for you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I'm saying? Get you a 30-minute set, get you a 15-minute set together, get you an EPK, get that
Right.
press kit together. You know what I'm saying? Figure out how to align yourself properly so that once you're done with the Iron Root shows, you know what I'm saying, you could be a traveling artist or you can hit
Yeah.
other shows in the city and be able
Yeah.
to demand a crowd. And like, my perspective was through the lens of an artist and not so much of a business owner. So if I, if I go back in time, I probably would have found a healthier blend of both of those instead of
Okay.
just being straight artists. But
Okay.
I will say that the relationships I built from doing that though has just allowed me to kind of flourish to this day. Not a lot of people are still here in Phoenix, but I still get, have conversations with folks who come through our circuit that just really appreciated what we were offering at that time. So yeah, man, no, people loved it. They love to dress up. It used to be fun watching them be on, Instagram or whatever social media. Like, man, I got to get my outfit for the Iron Root event. Like that felt
Right.
good to me that people were like in preparation for this night. Like it wasn't if you showed up in jeans, I will let you in, but you gonna feel like, oh
You,
shit, I should
you
have
gonna
put
feel
my
like you
good
had a
shit
place. I
on.
should have put something else on.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
And
Yeah, 100%.
that's just gonna naturally come. We didn't even have to set a dress code. It
Yeah,
set itself. There it is. No, I can
absolutely.
appreciate that. I can definitely appreciate that. Uh, Big Dog, I appreciate the time. I just got one more question for you. Well, two.
Absolutely.
Now from those starter days to now for your new audience reach necessarily, and for the people that are coming on now, how long have you been in the game doing live events in the Phoenix Valley area?
So yeah, we've been doing events since 2012.
Since 2012. That's dope. That's
Yeah,
dope.
yeah.
Uh, Successful, progressive, positive, and one supportive of the creative community, from art, all types of art, creative art, spoken word, art therapy, as well as music and musicians, live events. I've been to several of them. I have the pleasure of collaborating with you now, and you brought one of your events to my venue space, Coronado Venue. I look forward for that to be the first one was successful. I look forward to the one again, shameless plug, tomorrow night and every third Friday So we got what, January 16th, what, December 19th,
hmm
January
January
16th,
16th. I think
right?
that's
And then
February 20th.
okay, February 20th. Awesome. Awesome. So we got our dates. We gonna be there. Food vendors, drinks, bars available. You do raffles and giveaways, which I think is dope. I want to give away some drinks when you come in the door. Um, I really like the vibe that you set, man. And I definitely, I just definitely want to be. I want to continue to be a part of it. So,
Absolutely. And if I can, man, I would just love to shout out the team, Poetry Hype. We
oh,
got
definitely.
Urban Poet. She's been really instrumental in helping us keep that Instagram alive. It was just something that we wanted to create as like the events division of I Am Root, but that is also how we really got our foot in the door in a lot of venues is through poetry. So in that, I write poetry, Pat writes poetry, so many people on our team writes poetry. And I think that that's a great entry point into the arts. We've seen so many people come in with their little notepad and shaky hands, and they're
Right.
they're reading their piece. And now fast forward to 2025, 2026, they're traveling, they're doing their thing. They don't need
That's
no
right.
notepad. You know what I'm saying? They're building their
Oh,
own brand off of the things that they create. And that's something that's just so important to us. So we want to hype all the poets. We want to create environments for poetry to flourish. I noticed sometimes in the city, open mic could be overrun by too much hip hop, too much R&B, but this is for the storytellers. This is for the poets, and that's something that's near and dear to our hearts. So,
that's right.
Pat has been somebody that's a passion of hers as well. So this is why Poetry Hype is able to grow and expand. Otherwise, it'll just be Iron Root 2.0. You know what I'm saying? But we get to really carve out this lane specifically for poetry and create opportunities for poets. We do poetry contests to connect with folks across the world in the US, video, poetry video contest. So people submit their videos. We do cash prizes, and we just try to build relationships with people that are passionate about poetry.
That's dope. That's dope. Uh, I am one of those persons that's passionate about it. So you definitely got me hooked, and I'm appreciative of the platform. I encourage every creative. Oh man, I encourage every creative to get involved and get engaged. Hey Dom, I need your help, big dog.
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
and, I'm sitting on this. Uh, I just recently, a couple of days ago, completed my interview with Mr. Obi West.
Oh, fire.
I believe you're familiar with Obi, um, or Mr. Obi. I'm sorry. I got him to go ahead and confirm. He said it on camera. He's like, hey, whenever you need me, I'm down there. And yes, it would be my first time coming to Phoenix.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
yeah, I am desperately asking you, my man. Will you collaborate with me on this potential event? And I would love to introduce this and do a guess what podcast, poetry hype type of deal with this opportunity, and really do it justice to the community. And I know someone given your background, you would know how to really treat this and present it appropriately. So could I get your commitment on camera too? Can I do that?
100%, man. Mr. Obi West is an amazing talent. From the stuff that I've seen online and that Poetry Hype we've shared plenty of his work on our story, on the page in general. I just think the passion and his ability to tell stories that kind of pull at the heartstrings that keep you locked in, is something that's needed here. I feel like so many poets in the city can learn from somebody like that, just watching him perform and do his thing. So for his first opportunity in Phoenix, I love to be a part of that. I love to support you in any way possible. And because it's about poetry, you can pretty much count me in, brother. Like
That's
that
what's up.
that's in my wheelhouse, and I love to be a part of that for sure.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And then here's the next one. I need you to put in a good word for me for Miss Pat, because I would like her to come on the platform and check in with me too, because she did a dope piece. Your last Poets Corner, man. And I mean, and then I also saw some things that I've seen on social media. I would just love to really have a conversation with her as well. You think you can put in a good word for me, dog?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And I think that she deserves it, man. She's been working hard. She's usually under the radar. You know what I'm saying? Pat doesn't really get a lot of opportunities from my perspective. This is me talking, not Pat talking. But
Yeah,
I think she deserves way more opportunities that she's been getting. She's immensely talented. She was one of those poets that came out to our events and like, like was just kind of building that strength behind the mic and like just
yeah,
getting better and consistent, and her ability to tell stories and kind of connect with the audience is something that's super powerful. So any opportunity that I can get Pat more opportunities, you can absolutely, saying
that's what's
count me
up.
in on that.
That's what's up. Well, Miss Pat, if once you see this, you next, hit me up. Let's do it. Let's get on the platform. I
Yeah,
would love to
yeah.
holler at you. You're a dope and creative, talented artist. I would love to have some conversation with you.
And in case gets turned into a clip, man, whoever's watching, tag her in the comments at
Facts,
Urban Poet Snaps with an underscore at the end. Let's tag her,
facts,
make sure she sees this.
facts. Thank you for that, big dog. Uh, Dom, man, I appreciate this sit down, boss. Thank you for sharing what you have shared. Just know that, like I said, I'm going to continue to be in your pocket and in your ear, asking you questions. Uh, and I love the fact that how you've always been so responsive to me when I have reached out before prior to this. So thank you in that regard, man. I look forward to continuing our working relationship. I know this will not be the last time that you're on this platform. Um, and yeah, man, you definitely locked in with me. I'm looking forward to continuing rocking with you, sir.
Absolutely, man. When it comes to this grind, man, I'm obsessed. So I appreciate the questions. It keeps me sharp. You know what I'm saying? But not only that, man, again, I'm a sucker for success stories. So you're seeing another man out here trying to build something with positive intentions, the way you approached me at the event, right? You're like, man, I love everything about this show, man. But the only thing I would suggest is that it's at the Coronado venue. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And again, brother, like you trying to build something for yourself, you trying to make it happen and put opportunities in your space and give other creatives an opportunity to do their thing, it's commendable, man, because I can't say the same for a lot of places. I've run across so many venues, right? But I haven't run across a venue owner with this kind of energy where
I
you're
appreciate
like,
that, boss.
you're asking questions, but not only are you asking questions, you're about that action. Like I said, hey man, you might want to get a snake one day, right? And what
Right.
you got? You got a snake. You
I
got the
gotta say,
mixer.
yeah. Hey, real shit. I'm looking forward to you walking in and being like, oh, I was like, yeah, you can plug in right there. I listened. I got the snake. You can plug in right there. So
And
that's
that's
what's
what I
up.
think
Thank
is
you for that.
valuable when it comes to the Iron Root thing, man. Like you investing in yourself, you investing in others, you putting that time in, you just having a space and welcoming people, bro. It's a light to see. You know what I'm saying? So any way
Thank
that
you,
I can
bro.
assist and be a part, and we can make this money together, and we can build together, sign me up, man. It's been an amazing experience working with you so far, man. And I just want
Thank
the
you, bro.
people to know, like from me to you, from me to the people, like it's just on it's honestly like such a great thing just to be able to connect with someone like you. I've been talking to my wife and just praying, like, dude, how can I like, because again, everybody want to make money, and that's
Right,
understandable.
right,
Businesses, we got things to spend, but I
right. You
just
got
feel like
bills to
when it
pay.
comes to this poetry thing, man, so many people try to beat us over the head and try to force poetry into like these other spaces. I've run into venues and they're like, we need to make this much. You need to charge every poet that's coming on like $300. And I'm just like, dude, what are we
Dang.
talking about here? Like, this is poetry, bro. This is
Right,
not a bunch. I'm about to say something that we can't put on here, but like, you know what I'm saying?
right.
My objective, man, is to build community and give people opportunities. Yes, we want to make money, but we can't like abuse our people. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be our bottom line. We still need people to show up the next week and the next week and the next week and the next week.
Facts,
You know what I'm saying?
facts. I appreciate your words, man.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
let's give the people a visual real quick. I'm gonna go back to this page. Hold on, real fast. All right, so I'm back at this page, and yeah, I'm scrolling down. Oh, let's go. This is your personal on the root page, but
Okay, yep.
I'm going to I am. I want to go to I am. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right, and then right here to give it a visual. This is what we are referring to. This is
Yeah, and
what it.
she's excited, man. She's about to go crazy tomorrow.
That's
Like,
what's up. I'm gonna maximize and let you go. You can still speak and say your piece, man. But
I
I'm gonna
got
let
you.
everybody see it so they can see it. But this is what we got. December
Yeah.
19th. Indigo Sister. Did I say that right?
Yep, Indigo Sister. She's presenting as Annie Mae, so she got like a little second personality. So
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? She ready to come spit some truth. She sent me her intro, her outro music. She got her props. She got her own microphone. Like I
Oh,
told her what her
shit.
time was. I'm like, hey, you got about this much time. She was like, man, I just went through my set. I'm gonna need 5 more minutes. You know what I'm saying? So she's excited and she's ready to go, and I'm excited to have her. She's been in the community for a very long time. So when it comes to poetry and Phoenix legends and Phoenix poets that's been doing it way longer than I have, I feel blessed to be able to provide a platform for poets like her to still do her thing,
That's
and get
what's
that
up.
love.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Well, I'm definitely looking forward to it. That's tomorrow night. We got that. Oh, and then we also going to talk about this. You do also at the start of the new year, after the Poets Corner on December 19th, with featuring Indigo Sister, uh, January 2nd, directly after the first, right? You got
Mhm,
the All Artists Open. It says right here at the Chic Artistry Studio, which
mhm.
I attended one of those events. Awesome event, awesome studio space. So shouts out to them as well. Uh, but yeah, man, um, thoroughly impressive what you got going on, man. I'm super excited about tomorrow. I can't wait to see Indigo Sister and just be in the space as well. I'm definitely excited. Thank you again for this time. Thank you for sharing this. And we out, man. I'm gonna let you close it out, man. You got anything?
Man, if I do, the main thing, man, is just don't be afraid to fail. Again, as a person that went 0-40 and that thought my life was going to be pure NFL in the league, playing for the Cowboys or the Chargers or something like that. When it comes to life, man, don't be afraid to fail. Put the shots up and, you know what I'm saying, learn from the mistakes that you make, and be open to pivoting. There's nothing wrong with changing, pivoting, finding other things that you're passionate about, other things that you're good at, and just walk and live in your purpose.
I couldn't say it any better, brother. I appreciate you, Don. Thank you again, my
Yes,
man.
sir, man, for
You
sure.
have a good night, big dog.
Yes, sir, you too.
The Guess What podcast?
Man, I'm just doing what I'm doing.
Never catch me chillin' with the op or fumbling the rock. Keep it moving till I stop. Guess what? They don't know what I'm about to drop. Tesla, that's the car that I'm about to cop. Yes, sir. Never catch me chillin' with the op or fumbling the rock. Keep it moving till I stop. Guess what? Guess what? Guess